It's going to be a tough one on Saturday as we head back to West London to face Chelsea after a long international break. But a good break it has been for Aaron and Gary as they head one step closer to Brazil next summer. The quality of players is certainly something that Malky Mackay welcomes to the Bluebird camp, as he told me this morning when I caught up with him.
It's fantastic for them, the pinnacle of a career, to be playing with your international team, but then to actually go to a major tournament is fantastic. And as you said yourself, we've got some players here who are all potentially going to be involved next summer, which is just fantastic.
And I was told this morning that Iceland has the population of Cardiff. That's incredible for Aaron.
Yeah, I mean the statistics in terms of that young group of players that have come through over the last few years, have really borne fruit for Iceland. They've actually invested in a lot of covered artificial stadia, which has allowed the young kids to improve their technical ability while the weather is not so good up in Iceland. They were always very physical, very fit, in terms of the players, but I suppose one of the things, the criticisms that were labelled about them over the years was in terms of maybe they could be technically better because they didn't get enough time out on grass because of the climate. But I had a good conversation with Heider Helgason about this last year, and they've really developed a lot of these indoor domes, which means the youngsters can be working on their technique 12 months round the year. So you're beginning to see the fruition of that with a lot of these young, fit, athletic Icelandic kids coming through now with good technique, and I think that's shown in the present Iceland team.
And it's been back to winning ways for Kevin Cooper's boys, particularly Reece Healy making a big impact.
Yeah, the development team are coming along nicely, and there's 5 or 6 in there at the moment that are really beginning to look like professional footballers in the way that they should act. We've got them up here now. They're working with Kevin every day. They're watching the first team train next to them, watching the standards they have to get to, and also even just how they act round about the place and what they eat it. And all these things are going to mean that our youngsters, in the fullness of time, will end up being success stories at Cardiff City, which is what we all hope.
Looking ahead to Saturday then, it's your first head-to-head with Jose Mourinho. You must be excited.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you want to play against the best teams, you want to coach against the best coaches, and his record is incredible. I was at Watford with Brendan Rodgers, who trained under him and was a good friend of his. So some of his ethos and some of the things that he does, I'm party to as far as that was concerned. In his last time at Chelsea, but you want to come up against the best, and he certainly is. So that'll be an interesting one on Saturday. We're looking forward to it immensely, but we're under no illusions as to how tough it's going to be.
And Wits is soon to make his 400th career appearance.
Yeah, one of the things that people don't, I suppose, one of the great things about Peter is that he trains every day, and he plays, and he's fit to play every week since I've been here. I suppose on the face of it, that's what people ask. What's the difference? That's not, is that not just normal? Well, the amount of games that the players go through, the amount of training load they go through, he's rarely injured, and as I said, he trains every day, and he's real low maintenance as far as that's concerned. But someone that's available for training every day and available for every game is gold nowadays, and that's great credit to him and the way he keeps himself. And as I said, he's a good young man as well, and a great advert for our football club.
We're nearing a 400th appearance for Peter Whittingham, who joined Cardiff City back in 2007. Such an amazing credit and talent to the football club. Today, Whit spoke about the highs and lows throughout his career and why he opted to stay put, despite interest in his ability from further afield.
I'm enjoying my football, and I always have at Cardiff. I mean, I've enjoyed every step of it, apart from obviously by the obvious bits. But it's been a great learning curve for me. I just feel like this is my home. It has been for such a long time. I enjoy coming in every day. I enjoy training, and I enjoy just speaking to the lads and being in and around it. So it's always going to be nice for me. I'm enjoying my football at the minute, and just hope it continues. I always felt like we were on the cusp of something quite big. I mean, we were obviously getting to the playoff finals and getting in the playoffs and stuff like that. And I just felt like I wanted to be here when it all happened, and it was great for us when it finally happened, and it made everything worthwhile. All the heartbreak we've been through with the playoffs and stuff like that, and then it finally came. It was a relief, but it was also a great day.
This Cardiff City side, in reality, where can you see you guys finishing come May time?
It's people say as any team that comes up from the Championship, it's a case of staying up. It's always going to be, but I feel as though we've got a good enough team, and the acquisitions that we've made, it's always going to be, you're always going to be striving that little bit higher. I mean, you don't really want to be in a relegation fight at the end of the season, so I'm hoping if we can stay clear of it and pick up some points.
Long-standing supporter and club director Steve Borley looked ahead to Saturday's big game at Stamford Bridge and took a glance back at the last time the teams came head-to-head.
We played Chelsea not long ago in the FA Cup, and we didn't give a particularly good account of our days. We were blown away by Drogba, and you know, it wasn't just Drogba. You just see the power and the pace of the Premier League at that time. And you can automatically see the difference between Championship and the Premier League. But I think we've grown into the division. It's always going to be a difficult season for us, our first season in the Premier League, and but it's a division where you're not trying to get promoted, and we've spent 30 odd years probably 53 years trying to get promoted, and. Now we're promoted, our goals are completely different. Our mindset's going to be completely different. It's all about, finishing 10th or 11th in the division. That's that's as good as getting promoted if you're in this particular league.
Congratulations are not only in order for Craig Noon as the winner of our pre-season club goal of the month, but also to Dan Hopkins for winning himself 2 Chairman's Lounge tickets to the Newcastle game, where he met and presented Nooney with his award. You could be in with a chance of winning the same treatment for a future home game by simply voting for our September goal of the month, which is now free to view on YouTube or Facebook. Well done to Tai Ji Wing, whose cracking goal in our summer soccer schools won the August goal of the month. You can book your child onto our October summer soccer schools by visiting www.cardiffcityfoundation.co.uk. In a change from what's been a goal-filled start to the women's season, the girls were put through their paces at Leckwith on Sunday against Swansea, ending in a 0-0 draw. You may have seen our futsal scholars make an appearance on Soccer AM last weekend. The boys did us proud with the A-team beating West Brom 6-5 and the Bees winning 5-1. Cardiff City continued their close relationship with Specsavers at the opening of their new store on Queen Street this week. Matthew Connolly went along to show his support. We are getting to grips with the West London way of life, as this week we are testing the boys on their knowledge of the Cockney rhyming slang. Right, so if you go to a pub and you order a Nelson Mandela, what
That's a Stella, isn't it?
Stella. A Nelson Mandela. Wouldn't have a clue.
Stella.
A Stella, right?
Stella.
This is
Pig's ear.
beer.
Beer?
If you order pig's ear.
Beer.
And a Mahatma Gandhi.
Shandy?
Yeah.
See, I've got a different one for beer. It's like
What is it?
Britney Spears.
And a Mahatma Gandhi.
Shandy. Shandy.
Shandy.
Right. If you don't Adam and Eve it, you don't.
Can't believe it.
Believe it.
Can you lend me a Lady Godiva?
Fiver.
Haven't got a Scooby-Doo.
Clue.
Clue.
Your cows and misses is fit. Wrong. Your cows and kisses is fit.
Mrs. Cows and kisses. Mrs.
What do you do to your custard and jelly?
I don't know.
Tell him.
No, tell me.
You watch it? Because
You
it's your
wa-
telly.
telly. Oh my good God.
You mince pies. You have nice mince pies.
Thanks. Eyes.
You have very nice mince pies.
Eyes.
Indeed you
No,
do.
thank you, Bob.
Hey,
I've got some for you then.
Go on.
I like your Pepe Reinas.
I like your Pepe Reina.
Your trainers, yeah?
I didn't know this. We didn't know this then. Okay.
Trainers.
Oh, you like my trainers?